Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Commissioners Court. I call this meeting to order. We've got 10:01 a.m. We will begin this morning as usual with an invocation followed by the pledges. Dear Lord, I come to you this morning and thank you for the start of another day and another week. We thank you for the many blessings upon us in this community. Thank you for the rain over the weekend. I pray that you would be with the court this morning and all the decisions before us today and in our various activities in the week ahead. We thank you, Lord, for the chance to serve our neighbors and to serve you. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
All right. Our next item this morning is citizens communication. To start that off, want to make an introduction. I know several of us here in the courthouse, several of y'all have had the chance to meet Sierra, the new intern in my office for the next 5 weeks or so. Sierra Temez, recent St. Joe graduate, soon to be Baylor student. Sierra, come on up and say hi to everyone.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. I guess he already introduced me, so I don't have much to say. But my name is Sierra Temez, and I graduated in May from St. Joseph High School, and I also attended Our Lady of Victory before that. I'm going to Baylor in August. My major is political science to be on the pre-law track. I want to be a lawyer, and I want to graduate law school. And, yeah. That's pretty much it.
Well, welcome, Sierra interns in Congressman Cloud's office in the afternoon and is here in the courthouse in the morning. So it's been a good fit thus far, and we're happy to have her on board.
Yes,
So
I'm excited to be here.
Welcome.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
All right, we are in citizens communication. Anyone with us this morning that would like to address the court? Dan, you look eager this morning. You can be next in line.
Boy, he's jumping right out of the blocks, ain't he?
He was. He was in the
Morning,
block.
Judge. Morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Morning.
You know, it's getting dry out there, so we're going to have to put a burn ban on. No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, I
Well,
love
getting
the
close,
rain.
man.
Are you?
Yeah, loving the rain. We got the rain this weekend. We have more coming this week, so you know, we don't mind it in nice steady doses. Keep everything green.
Right.
I just want to speak real quick on the 4th of July holiday that just passed. It was a great turnout at the park. Had a few little minor incidences, but other than that, park was packed. People were enjoying themselves. We only lost one trash can, Commissioner, so
Yes, sir.
we put it out as quick as we could, but we did lose one trash can. But other than that, looks like everyone celebrated safely, and it was a good time. So no major fires around the county, so everything was good. Just wanted to give an update on that. So
Yeah, Dan, I want to say special thanks to you and your staff while the rest of us are off and able to enjoy. You're out there working. We appreciate that. Also to the volunteer fire departments that stood by out there to make sure that the community was safe, that everybody out there was operating in a safe manner. So I want to thank all of you for that. Appreciate
yes,
it.
and I'm glad that you said that because I do want to give special recognition to Quail Creek.
Yes,
Quail
sir.
Creek had apparatuses out there and were standing by. So
Good.
they donated their time during the holiday away from their families also. So
Yes, very
thank you to them.
appreciative. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you,
Other
Dan.
comments this morning in citizens communication? Mr. Shoestrite, good morning. Come on up,
Good morning.
sir.
Good morning.
Getting too old for this. My name is Ken Schusterite. I live in Victoria County, Precinct 2. My concern is the
Mr. Schuster,
proposed,
pull that mic
Pull the
down
mic
just
down
a
a
hair. There you go. Thank you.
my concern is the proposed data center facility that is just over the county line in Calhoun County. I will be traveling to Calhoun County fairly soon to visit their commissioner's court. Without a BESS, battery energy storage system, there is no data center. Therefore, I would call on this commissioner's court to take the brave step of a previous commissioner's court and pass a non-binding resolution that no BESS, battery energy storage unit, be located in Victoria County. We don't have the fire department training. None of the plants have the training to deal with a lithium battery fire. You buy a new lithium, a battery-powered vehicle, you have to go, you have to sign certain waivers saying that, well, if it catches on fire, just let it burn. So, and there are right now fires at BESS units that have been burning for years. So we don't want that in our county. We don't want the pollution that comes from it. So I would call on this court to, as a previous commissioner's court did with the Lower Guadalupe Water Supply Project, pass a non-binding resolution saying we don't want a BESS in our county. I'm also wondering if the desal plant proposed for the Blue Energy will be taking brackish water from the bottom of the Evangeline, which would be a no-no, or salt water from the Jasper. It is very salty, I know, because the first day I was working as a worm on a drilling rig, we pulled up a wet string. Oh, that was fun. And that black salt mud was salty. So if they're going to take water from the Jasper and desalinate it, don't have too much trouble with that, except let's have some geological studies on whether dewatering the Jasper will cause any geological problems. Let me see. Lastly, I want to say that despite some of the comments made by certain state representative about myself and others that oppose this data center being Chinese and or foreign assets, I would invite anybody to step up into the face of this veteran right here and tell me I'm a Chinese asset. So you guys are doing a good job. I'm showering you with tags for things. I hit you 4, 5, 6 times a day.
It's fun.
Sometimes 4, 5, 6 times an hour. But you're getting information that's important. And we don't want, I'm telling you right now, we've been having meetings in Bloomington. I understand that not more than one of you can attend at a time, but you're invited to our next meeting, which I don't know which is yet.
Two.
Okay,
Two of us can attend.
two of you.
Yeah.
I don't know when our next meeting is yet. I've got to check with the others. But I can tell you this: Bloomington residents don't want it. They don't want the heat island, and they don't want the noise, and they don't want the pollution. They don't want any of it.
About another minute, Kenneth.
Got you. Well, I'm about through. I need to go home and take a nap now. That's what happens when you get old, buddy. I got to take me a nap before I go out there to work.
There you go.
Okay,
go.
thank you.
It's
Thank
hot
you, gentlemen.
outside.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Ken.
Make sure you stay hydrated.
Yep. Stay hydrated.
All right,
Is the
other
microphone
comments
grown?
in citizens' communication. Good morning, Michael.
There he is.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Michael Bondro. I live at 2107 North Bend Jordan, Summerstone Apartments. Happy 250th anniversary for the freedom, but the United States Constitution wasn't actually signed to 1787, though, you know. But I enjoyed the 4th of July, and the veterans at VFW and Salvation Army combined to give free watermelons and free hot dogs and free hamburgers and free gifts. I appreciate all that. And today is the 1-year anniversary of Kerr County, Camp Mystic, when they had that big flood and they were going to reopen it, but there's too many lawsuits. About 139 people died, including one camp counselor. And I was hoping someone could reach out to them and see if they need any financial help, because they probably still do even 1 year later. And I'm wanting to talk about illegal dumping at Summerstone Apartments. People's dumping furniture and tires. They got 4 stoves, 2 refrigerators, 2 water heaters, a sink, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. Code enforcement did take care of it, and then the next day, more dumping, and you know, management isn't doing anything about it, and there are roach infestations in almost all the apartments. There's 168 units and only 2 maintenance, so they're not taking care of stuff, and they're charging $8 a month to spray for roaches, and then they refuse to spray for roaches. You know, just like if you went to McDonald's and ordered a Big Mac and it was $8, you want your hamburger, you know. You might go to the manager. Some might even go one step further and call the police and say, I want my burger and stuff, you know. And because I've had that happen at McDonald's before. You know, I had to get the manager to get video to show that I actually purchased it along with my receipt, and I finally got it. But I consider that fraud, you know, when they're taking $8 from you every month with the threat of eviction if you don't pay, because that's in your contract. You're supposed to pay $8 to get it done, and they're not doing it. And there's rat infestations, mice, and people are scared to speak because, you know, fear of eviction. But I've already been evicted from my trailer park, and I had to sell my trailer because I complained too much. So I'm not scared to be evicted. But thanks for everything everyone's done. Have a good morning.
You too, Michael.
sir.
Thank you.
Other comments this morning?
Come
Carrie,
on.
good morning.
Good morning, Carrie.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Court. How are you?
Good morning.
I'm just here because we are accepting ARB member, Appraisal Review Board member applications. Now through October 1, we have several of our members that have served their tenure that they're allowed to by law. So we're looking for a few good people to help us out. They are critical to the equalization period of the protest portion that taxpayers receive in the summer. And we had increased them to 10, which means last Friday, short of a few reschedules, we were essentially done with all hearings for individual taxpayers. So we're down to tax consultants at this point. So it's been beneficial to have more members there. We are currently slated to approve the records on Monday, which means we will hopefully certify by Friday and get those out to y'all so y'all can start doing your tax rate hearings and budgets. So that'll leave us about 1,500 accounts to be heard in August and September. But if you know anybody, send them our way because we are looking for
So
those.
there are 2 open slots that y'all have?
How many?
5.
I was going to ask
5.
you that. Okay.
Yeah, we'll have 5 open slots. We've had several members serve for several terms.
Yeah.
And so the tax code does issue out a term limit. They can go away for 3 terms, then come back. But by then, I'm sure they're going to be like, oh, we're good.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I like this
Yeah.
too much, yeah.
Yeah. So we have 5 spots that we're currently looking to fill.
Okay,
Okay.
very good.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. You
Appreciate
too.
Other comments this morning in citizens' communication? Good morning, Jonas. Come on up.
Morning, Jonas.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Appreciate, always appreciate your service. And, I think this is kind of in response to that, the continued ongoing public conversation regarding the pending application, abatement application with Blue Energy. So, members of our board are here today. I think this remains a highly competitive project for us, and one that represents one once-in-a-generation economic investment into our community, infusion of jobs, over 360 high-paying jobs, over $10 billion of investments in our community, several thousand construction jobs. The ripple effects go on and on and on. Carbon-free energy, clean, safe power. So this is one that has really, really galvanized and energized the VEDC Board of Directors in our partnership with the Port of Victoria. And one that we're on and we're supporting. A large contingent of the community is in full support of this project, and we wanted to collectively show up today and in future Commissioners Court meetings so that you see how important this is for a significantly large portion of the community. So thank you all very much for that, and we'll continue to work with you. And as we're also leading. We want to lead a lot of education on the matter and the topic. Just tomorrow morning's partnership meeting, we are having a data center conversation and an expert in the field to answer some of the questions and concerns in the community. And we're also trying to continue and lead some outreach to other projects across the state to understand exactly how they were developed, what impacts, what benefits they might have. We're not just blindly forging into this. We want to make sure that we're all going in this collectively with open minds, right, and understand the true potential and what we might need to mitigate. And I think from what we understand so far, a lot of the initial concerns are being mitigated with regard to water usage and power usage, that this will be kind of interconnected and not impact any existing water uses or existing ratepayers with regard to electricity. So checks a multitude of boxes.
Excellent. Thank you, Jonas.
Thank you, Jonas.
Thank you for all you do.
Yep.
Morning, V. Come on up.
Your Honor, Commissioners, thank you. On behalf of the VEDC Board that I serve on, but also the energy sector, I too want to voice the support of Blue Energy. The energy sector that I'm engaged in my day job, this is definitely a need in our region, and I think that the 24/7 operation of a power plant is beneficial to this whole region. And I think that the jobs that this comes with, these are long-term. If this is built, it's going to be here for quite some time. My company was engaged in the STP project years ago. As a kid, I went out there when my dad was contract worker, so still in operation. So this is a power source that's beneficial for our area, but not only that, for our state. Moving power is my company's job, moving power across the state, and that resource could be a game changer for the region. So I do definitely support that and encourage y'all, do your diligence. Yes, look at all the avenues, look at all the resources that this would engage, but we can also be reasonable about that too. So I just hope y'all do your diligence on that and give some things a chance and negotiate with them. So, but appreciate y'all's support and look forward to discussing with y'all if y'all have any questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you, V.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
V, I do want to comment on that. I know we're not supposed to have dialogue, but you talked about 360 jobs, right? That's once everything is completed. I don't want the public to take away from this that's going to be immediately. It's going to be built in phases, so each phase will have a certain number of employees that come through there.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
But they will be long-term once they're in place.
And those are the
So
permanent jobs. Of course, there would be thousands of.
construction's going to be a whole different game changer on that. So anyway, thank y'all.
Thanks, V. Other comments this morning in citizens' communication? Yes, sir. Come on up. If you just give us your name and welcome.
My name is Jared King. I live at 404 Rattan Drive, your precinct, I believe. Myself, I am a member of the VDC group, new member, also owner of a construction company, SP&I. We're spread out all across the state. When they talk about the nuclear energy, one thing I can say, I've built some things in my life, and I'm still young, but nuclear is one thing I'm pushing for. It's one of the cleanest energies that is known. The jobs, I know some people say, well, hey, you know, Mr. King, you're up there, you're benefiting for all this. Guys, I hope I benefit and everybody else in this community benefits from that. As you stated, you know, not having dialogue, the jobs, the long-term jobs. I have a daughter that's 20 years old, and I hope that when she graduates that those jobs are there for her. We have a college that's here in our backyard that I would love to see a nuclear energy program. Those are high-paying, skilled jobs that this community can provide. The long-term effect is the biggest thing. It's not just the job, it's the money that comes with it, the houses, the growth that comes with it. And that's one thing that we need here to keep this area alive. There's some projects I've seen I haven't been crazy about when it comes to growth. But there is some projects that I have seen and I'm just like, hey, that's one of the biggest things to have in our area. Myself, I'm still young. I'm 43 years old. I got a little bit of a future ahead of me, and I want to make sure that my child and her children have a future for them. So in my respect, as guys, I know you have a lot going on. Just listen to everything, and I am definitely in support of that project. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr.
Thank you.
King.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Other comments this morning? Morning, Mr. Clegg. Come
Morning,
on
sir.
up.
Morning.
My name is John Clegg. I live at Mission Valley. I'm here to support this Blue Energy project. I'm also on the board of directors of the VDC, and this is a great thing, and we need to constantly keep trying to bring industry to Victoria. I've had the pleasure of having 11 grandkids, and they all live and work in Victoria. And I've got great-grandkids now coming up through the school system, and I would hope that they could be educated here and have a job here and remain here. Because I don't want to be traveling to go visit grandkids. So this is a great, great project, and I would encourage you to do everything you can to get this project across the finish line. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
John.
Mr. Clegg.
Other comments this morning? Jewel?
Morning, Jewel.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I actually came to talk about the budget, and thank you guys. I know you have a huge job. On my way over here, I was listening to the Matagorda County Commissioners, and it's really great that we all get to listen and find out what's going on in Calhoun County and Jackson County, because really we're all connected, and the things that we do in Victoria are really important because we're kind of the big player here. And you guys have a lot to do. And the budget, you know, the hospitals, the airport, the new mental health facility, all those things benefit our community and our community members so much. There are some things that maybe don't benefit our community so much if you look down into the weeds of why they're here. So I hate to be contrary, but I'm going to be contrary for a minute. As Commissioner Danny Garcia pointed out, the Blue Energy facility is talking about adding these long-term jobs. But if you look, and I'm sure you've all read your packet from 2 weeks ago, they're going to bring in a set of jobs for when they're the gas-powered turbines, and then another 57 jobs 3 years later when they put in their first SMR, and then a few years later when they put in the next SMRs, 57 jobs, and then 57 jobs over about 10 years. So yeah, they're jobs, but also the whole stated purpose of the Blue Energy nuclear plant is to power a data center in Calhoun County that Calhoun County does not want. No one on VEDC that I am aware of or the navigation board lives in Bloomington or DaCosta or anywhere near the affected areas. So yeah, they get to bring in this company and say they're bringing jobs, but they're bringing jobs to power something that no one in Texas wants. If you are watching, even Greg Abbott is paying attention. Andy Louderback is paying attention. I saw Andy's going to have a public forum on August 18th in Bay City all about data centers. Maybe we could get him to come here and have a public forum for us to kind of learn about this, because farmers don't want them, ranchers don't want them. They bring nothing to the table that actual human beings want. I'm challenged to find a community that is cheering on their data center. I'm challenged to find a human being that's like, oh my God, I'm so excited I live by a data center. It's just non-existent, and I'm looking. I'm looking. So I challenge you, when you're in your budget meetings, looking at line items, VEDC is a great thing that we have, a company to bring industry and jobs to our community. But when we're entering into a contract with them, I hope we'll give them some direction. Bring us jobs that don't destroy our farmland. Bring us jobs that people can be proud of. Bring us jobs that will pay more than groundskeeping and security. We all need to work together, and you guys have a huge responsibility. And we're all watching online. We're watching all of the other counties. We're trying to see how we can all best work together. And I know you guys are super busy, so you probably don't have time to watch these other meetings, but maybe pop in an AirPod while you're driving to all of the things that you do and listen to these citizens who are absolutely opposed. Republican, Democrat, Independent, we're opposed to all of these data centers, and any power plant that is coming here just to power that, it's really kind of a waste of your time. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Something interesting that you said that I didn't realize. I don't know how VEDC gets to pick who's on their board, but I didn't realize we didn't have anybody representing our area, if that's true.
Another board that you might look at is adding the navigation board, because that's right there. Add somebody that lives in the area to that board as well. Most of those people
Totally agree.
live in North Victoria. One lives in my neighborhood, one lives in Old Victoria. I mean, nowhere near the area. They have no skin in the game.
Thank you, Jewel. Other comments? Sean, come on up. Good morning. Welcome.
Morning, Sean.
Just came by today to introduce Eddie Martinez. He's our new business development director. I guess business and marketing director.
Welcome.
Week 3
Welcome.
or so, I think. So hopefully you see him out in the community, say hi, get a chance to talk to him.
Judge, Commissioners, how are y'all?
Good morning.
Doing well. And it was Eddie for?
It's Eddie. It's
Okay.
Edward. All my colleagues and friends call me Eddie.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
I come from a maritime background as well. I was with the Port of Corpus Christi for over 25 years,
Okay.
serving in their business and commercial capacity as well. So I understand all the mechanisms of port authorities and the EDC projects that you're speaking of now, as a matter of fact. So I'm very familiar. I'm only 3 weeks in, still getting my feet wet. I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of the community members, so I'm looking forward to meeting all of you and engaging with you directly. But I can leave my card with the county clerk or whoever, if anyone wishes to reach out to me directly and, get to know me a little bit better.
Well, thanks so much.
Welcome.
Welcome to Victoria. Good to have you here.
I reside at Homewood Suites right now.
Okay, well, we can find you a house somewhere. There's a few for sale.
If I got a
did-
house for sale, you'll be on my side finally.
I told him about the train cars out there. I did want to add, when it comes to power generation, any power generation project in the port is extremely important. For those that don't know, it typically takes about 4 years, or that's the estimate that we get from AEP, to bring in 345 kV transmission lines for a large project. That's usually 2 years into due diligence. If they make it that far, it's 4 years from the time a project signs. Not a generator, but a user of power. So having a power generation project at the port with infrastructure there, with substations there, will shorten that timeline drastic. Whether they still connect to the grid for these future projects one day, or they go behind the meter to this project, it's not solely for just the data center. I can't argue that it's not the primary reason for Blue Energy, the largest customer, but I have introduced potential projects to Blue Energy on the hopes that it's another option that we have outside of just AEP and the ERCOT grid or the co-op in the area. This is extremely important to have this infrastructure. It's what's held us back for the last decade, these timelines that happen with AEP and ERCOT for anything over 100 megawatts. And now I think it's going to be even more difficult with SB 6 and the new rules. You now have to be put in batch systems to be evaluated if you're over 75 megawatts. So the first one is going to happen soon. And they're not talking about another chance to be in batch 1 until at least 18 months from now on the statewide review of how that would impact the system. So having this here would be a great thing for the Port of Victoria, and I think will lead to a lot of other industries locating there. And to me, 300 jobs seems pretty good, especially if they're going to last 50 to 100 years. I mean, there's not a lot of 2,000, 5,000 job companies showing up in any location anymore. But thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Sean.
Other comments this morning? All right, anything up here? Okay. Well, appreciate all the excellent feedback this morning. If there is nothing else, we'll move right along in the agenda to item number 4, which is to consider approval of minutes and take appropriate action. Each of you have a copy of those minutes in front of you.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 5, consider the following accounts payable and take appropriate action. A is to ratify the July 6th accounts payable, and B, approval of July 13th accounts payable.
Accounts payable for July 6, 2026 are $750,477.89. Supplemental payments are $337,268.16. Accounts payable for July 13th, 2026 are $301,873.85. Supplemental payments are $660,505.98.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you for that, Michelle. Item 6 is to receive monthly and quarterly reports from various county officials and departments and take appropriate action.
Good morning. Today we have monthly reports from the county treasurer, county clerk, criminal district attorney, county tax assessor, county auditor, sheriff, fire marshal, justices of the peace precincts numbers 1 through 4, constables precincts numbers 1 through 4, and pretrial services.
Move to receive.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 7, consider approval of bond forfeiture releases and take appropriate action.
We have none this morning.
Very good. Thanks, Heidi. Item 8 is to consider approval of the following Citizens Medical Center interim vendor payments. A, July 2nd interim vendor payments, and B, July 9th interim vendor payments. Those amounts are for the July 2nd report, interim vendor payments totaling $182,046.43. The ACH report on that date was $4,820,914.18. And then on our July 9th report, well, do you have that readily available?
I certainly
Okay.
do, sir. Here we
Thank
go.
you, Commissioner. The July 9th report, interim vendor payments totaled $99,744.54, and the ACH report was $1,592,391.82.
Move for approval.
Second. No worries.
We have a motion and a second on that. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 9. Consider approval of order number 2026-074 for an appropriation to the Victoria County Volunteer Fire Department and take appropriate action. Welcome back, Dan.
Morning again. Morning.
Morning.
We were still in transition from moving the Victoria County Fire Department over to the volunteer department. So it was just, I guess, a time gap, so to speak. It happened right at the end of the year, so it didn't get put on this year's budget. So it's just give them their annual appropriations for their department.
Okay.
And that amount is $5,000?
That is correct. Yes, sir.
All right.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 10 is to receive notice of the High-Intensity Drug Trafficking Areas Program Fiscal Year 2026 Grant Award and take appropriate action. Hello, Robin.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Annual allocation that we receive for the high-intensity drug trafficking areas program, it's going to be $134,000, no match, to provide annual salary and benefit cost for the VCSO intelligence analysts, as well as funding for the Crossroads Rural Task Force initiatives.
Okay. And that has no match, right?
That is correct.
Awesome. bylaws.
Move to receive.
Second.
It's a great program.
Yeah, it is.
Indeed. We have the motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 11 is to receive notification for sub-recipient management costs, budget revision and approval for the Victoria County Regional Emergency Operations Community Safe Room Project, and take appropriate action.
Hey, you're back.
Yeah, I'm still here. This one, it kind of looks small on the attachment because this is for phase 1 of the project. We have been working for over a year to appeal a decision when FEMA awarded this grant. The subrecipient management cost for hazard mitigation programs is now paid at 100%. These are large grants with lots of compliance, environmental, payroll. I mean, we could go on about the compliance with these grants. So having an administrator is a really important part of us properly managing those grants because we have a very small staff and we're unable to do that ourselves. We did apply in the application. Somehow that disappeared in translation of the technology. So the state said, oh, hey, we're not going to approve that. And in the larger picture, right now for the current phase 1, we're looking at about $16,000, $17,000. In the larger picture for this grant, it's almost $500,000 for the administration of this project. And that's money that comes at no cost to us locally if these SRMC costs are covered. So we appealed to FEMA twice, and we brought our receipts that we had, and we won the second appeal. And so I really feel like that's a huge win. There's a lot of people that worked really hard on this, for everyone from our consultant to different people around the county, emergency management and things of that nature, supporting this effort. And so I feel like that's a really big win. Not having to pay $500,000 for something is huge.
Yeah.
That is
So-
significant.
I
So we
agree.
got it on the second try, and
All right.
that is a big win.
If at first you don't succeed, right?
So Robin, when we applied, what did we miss?
So I don't know that we missed anything. When we applied, they're changing also how they do it because it's very minuscule when you apply for this in the application. It's just this little box in a gray area. And it was lost in translation, they said, but it really wasn't. When you go back and look at the receipts we have, the state did indicate that we were awarded that. There's a lot of little technical issues that happened and not one fault of anyone on that side. But also I think another win is for us, we are always advocating for better processes with the state, with TDM, so that these things don't happen. And so they're like, oh man, now that you look at that on paper, when you're filling out an application, it's very insignificant. They're supposed to also get a letter from you if you're not requesting those funds, and we didn't do that. There's a lot of things down the line. But we did find information that at some point in there, it did show that we applied for the funds. So it wasn't on us. It was just having the burden of proof, right, is bringing that to them, so.
Thank you, Robin.
Commissioner Garcia, if I may add as well, it's default that we receive those funds for grant administration unless you check a box that says, hey, we don't want it, right? And so this being a pass-through from FEMA to TDM to then us, there should have been some additional documentation, as Robin mentioned, explaining why we were waiving, not applying for those funds. And so there was some miscommunication on a technical level between the multiple levels of handling of the funds to then distribute it to us.
So on those funds, if they're not all used for administrative, the grant part of it, can we use them for anything else?
No, sir. The actual SRMC funds are separate from the grant award because they're paid at 100%. So it's a completely separate
use
pot
it or
of
lose
money that's
Okay.
awarded in conjunction with the award.
Thank you, Robin.
All right.
Thank you, Avery. All right, move to receive.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 12 is consider approval of a request for payment to Lynn Engineering LLC in the amount of $7,500 in connection with the Texas Community Development Block Grant, and take appropriate action.
This is in relation to the sewer improvements that are currently happening in Bloomington right now. Lynn Engineering is doing a fantastic job of now basically managing the execution of the project. And this has been reviewed by consultants, our office, and the auditor's office, and is ready for payment.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 13, receive for the record American Plan Rescue Act, Billy T. Catan subrecipient agreement number 2, and take appropriate action.
This is just receiving, we approved this at some point. Unfortunately, it missed a signature, so we're just looping back around to make sure that all of the proper documentation is in the record.
Move to receive.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you for your help with all that, Robin.
Thank you, Robin.
Item number 14 on our agenda is to receive for the record an executed settlement document securing the purchase of 10.01 acres of unimproved property from the estate of Thomas L. Stern in connection with the Victoria County Regional Public Safety Training Center project, and take appropriate action. Hello there, Avery.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. This is post-closing on the property, adding an additional 10.01 acres to the Regional Public Safety Training Center. This is phase 1 of phase 2 to expand the site work on the site. And just as a brief update for anybody that's been following along with this project, we have fully completed phase 1, and the SO has begun moving into the building itself. Phase 2 will be the site improvements and the addition of additional training facilities.
Excellent. For those who are following along with this facility, of course, is the old Guadalupe School that we purchased to renovate for the sheriff's office, and the need for additional acreage was due largely to the shooting range and shoot house complex that we're building.
Yes, sir.
This property was for sale, or at least we made an offer and it was accepted, so that'll increase the footprint and really make that facility even more useful and effective for the SO and other law enforcement entities.
Yes, sir. And Judge, to your point, we definitely want to appreciate, also on behalf of the Sheriff's Office, thank you to you, Judge, and to court for supporting those activities. That additional space allows for the safe operation and management of those facilities. I think everybody can agree that we want our law enforcement officers, when participating in a live fire shooting exercise, to be in a safe and controlled environment, and this allows us to do that.
I think it's a great idea, Avery, when that was first proposed. That's the area that I live in, and it would have just been another dilapidated building. We could not have started from scratch and afford to do this.
No.
Although it was a little more money than we had anticipated, it's turning into a great project.
Yep.
And thanks for your help. with
Thanks for
it.
your help, bud.
Move to receive.
Second.
I think, I think this facility is going to be, sorry to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
You jumped in front of me. No, I just think this facility is going to be really a great place, and I think law enforcement are going to come from all around to train here, and it's going to be it's a heck of a project. That's all. Sorry, Judge. Go ahead.
Oh, no worries. We had.
I yield back to you.
Motion a second.
Any other comments?
No, I'm not going to say anything.
Nothing?
No.
All right, all those in favor of receiving?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you.
Thanks, Avery. Item
thank you, Avery.
15 is to ratify amended Iron Mountain contract in connection with the Victoria County Archive relocation project and take appropriate action. Good morning, Adrian.
Good morning, Judge.
Hey,
Good
there's
morning,
Adrian.
Commissioners.
Good morning, ma'am.
So the amendment to this was just in the original documentation that got approved a couple weeks ago, was just adding the cooperative contract information on there.
That's all.
Yes.
That's
correct.
it.
Yes.
Move
So
to rec-
when is this, when are we going to see those
It'll-
files start getting moved?
It
over
will
to-
be, it'll be a little bit,
Is it?
because
Okay.
the cages still need to be built.
Yeah, that's true.
And just so you know, I did contact Iron Mountain, and they are aware that, hey, the cages still need to be built. And then they let me know, because I did send them a PO last week. And so the period of performance is until next year,
Okay.
specifically June 30th, 2027. So we have time, but the
All right.
cages still need to be built before they
Okay.
can begin.
And
work, they are
that's
aware.
all in the works.
That is.
And also, there was a roof leak that put the freight elevator out of service, that the roof leak needs to get repaired, because right now the freight elevator is not operational, but they're working on it.
Gotcha.
So you need us to show up and start building some of them cages, or what you got?
We're close to approving that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as all
Yeah.
of that is completed, which again, Meadowlink is aware of all that. That needs to
Okay.
We
be
need the
done,
freight-
and then
we need
they'll
the freight
come in and
elevator.
they'll Come in
Get
and start
freight
going.
elevator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's close.
All right.
We're close.
Excellent. And-
Cool.
And for those who may not have been following this project, we currently, and over the past decades, have used the second floor of what we call the Heritage Building over here,
Yeah.
next to the DA's office, where VPI is located, our Heritage Director. The whole second floor of that, I think, what is it, about 8,000 square feet?
Yes.
Thereabouts. It's been file storage over the years as the county continues to grow, adapt to our space needs. We determined that was not the highest and best use of that whole second floor, so we're moving all those records for storage over to the 311 building, the old
Correct.
Advocate building, which will free up that second floor for eventual county office space use,
Right.
possible leasing to
Yeah.
private tenants, but a more useful role for that building there.
Judge, where we're moving them to, that space was really used for nothing else but that.
Yeah,
So
this
correct.
makes good sense.
And this company, Iron Mountain, this is what they do.
Yeah, Iron Mountain, if you've worked in the private sector, they're well-known. So they're highly reputable, and I'm glad we're dealing with them, quite frankly. So
All their employees have some type of Secret Service clearance
Yeah.
or something. I
Yeah.
mean, they I don't know the Secret Service, but they're all, everything's legit with these people. So it's,
That's classified.
yeah, it's so classified they won't even tell us what all they know, but they certainly are more than qualified to move all these records and keep them safe and secure.
Yeah.
Thanks for all your work.
Yeah, thank you for
I
all your
move to
work on
approve
this.
if that's what we need.
Yep.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thanks, Adrian. Number 16 is to consider approval of payment application number 26 to Forney Construction LLC in the amount of $195,019.11 in connection with the Citizens Medical Center ICU addition and renovation project.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 17, consider approval of the following in connection with the Citizens Medical Center ICU parking lot project. A, Forney Construction Parking Lot Project Contract, guaranteed maximum price, and payment application number 1 to Forney Construction for $50,727.91.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 18, consider the following, consider approval of the following detention and residential contracts for the Victoria County Juvenile Justice Center and take appropriate action. A, Falls, Milam, and Robertson counties. B, Jasper County. C, Lamb County. And D, Matagorda County.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 19, receive for the record a letter of permission to enter private property from John and Joanne Banks for the purpose of improving drainage at Kendrick Road in Precinct 4 and take appropriate action.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 20 is to consider approval of Resolution 2026-075 for a road donation from Lee Kuchera for the installation of a pipe culvert at Garcitas Creek Ranch Estates, Lot 4, Block 16, in Precinct 4, and take appropriate action.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 21, consider approval of personnel changes, if any, and take appropriate action.
One, and then we have
I
a
do see
walk-
one item
we have a
here.
Walk in too, so.
We had an extra one?
That's one other thing there, I think. You have, I think you put one.
Okay, yeah, that's the one I've got
Yeah.
here for
Walk in there.
Cisneros, it looks like.
Yeah.
Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 22, receive for the record discretionary budget amendments, if any, and take appropriate action. I don't see any in my stack, so we will skip that and go down to 23, which is to ratify, 23A is to ratify the July 6th budget amendments, and B, approval of July 13th budget amendments.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Signatures on all those. Our next item will be a closed session. We will take a brief recess before we pick up item number 24. That's going to be a closed session for multiple purposes. After that concludes, I don't anticipate any action. However, for the moment, we'll take about a 5-minute recess. Okay. All right, we are coming out of recess at 10:58,
I'll put it here, I won't drink it.
so that looks like it was
Coffee?
a couple more than 5 minutes. All right, item number 24 on our agenda is a closed session pursuant to VTCA Government Code 551074 to discuss personnel in various departments, 5510745 to discuss boards and commissions, 551072 to discuss real property, 551087 to discuss economic development, and 551071 to conduct a private consultation with the county's attorney regarding matters protected by the attorney-client privilege, who will be conferring with remotely. We will go into closed session now at 10:59 a.m. for all of those purposes.